playing the Radical Latino Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air for New York's very own.
Latino is taking you to another level.
What up, my people? Welcome back to another episode of the Radical Latino Show. It's your host, the Radical Latino. What is poppin'? How was y'all week? My goodness, my week has been all over the place. Jesus Christ. First of all, I experienced a goddamn blackout. I was in Midtown Manhattan just hanging out, and in the middle of fucking everything just went bang. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But how was y'all week? You know what I'm saying? A lot of things happened, especially in New York. You know, like I said, I experienced a blackout. You know what I mean? It was nothing that crazy, nothing that, you know, spectacular or whatever. But people got stuck in the train, people got stuck in elevators, firefighters all over the place, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm crossing out, like it happened like this. Like, I'm in like the west side, right? I'm crossing the street, and I got my head down, you know, because I'm looking for some music to listen to, because I'm in Midtown Manhattan. My cousin lives there, you know, so I'm walking down there, and yo, that shit just went boom. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Nah, whatever. So I'm just walking by, and everybody's just like looking dumbfounded, like you know when have you guys ever saw the show, the show The Walking Dead? You know what I'm saying? When they did that flashback, when the shit started happening, everybody went out and started looking at each other with that like lost look. That's what everybody was doing, and like a dickhead, I'm like, the fuck y'all looking at? All right. So I'm just walking like that I wouldn't care in the world. And mind you, this is like in the afternoon, like late afternoon. The sun is going down, so I don't really, you know, care or whatever. And the thing is, I'm crossing the street. I get like 3 to like maybe 6 blocks down without even looking at traffic lights or seeing if I need to cross, when I notice, oh shit, oh, the lights are out, what the hell? And then I'm just looking dumbfounded, like, because by this time, if there would have been like a zombie attack, I would have been the first dude eating. You know what I'm saying? I would have been just looking down. I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. Somebody's eating their face off. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was insane. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then I started to think. I'm like, oh shit, is this the end of the world right now? Yo, what the fuck? You know, I'm like, it's over for me. It's over. I gotta get back to my car. It's done, you know? And I'm looking at Twitter. Nobody's saying shit. But everybody around us is like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then in the distance, I see some, you know, the other side of Manhattan is lit up. So I'm like, wait a minute, is this block? All right, you know, it is what it is. But then I started thinking, I'm like, yo, if something really crazy happened, right? Yo, I'll be unaware of my surroundings. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I gotta start being more astute. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I was in my own fucking world, and that's what it is. Yo, when you're in your own world, you're not even knowing what the hell is around you. You know what I'm saying? I was too busy on my phone, talking bullshit, telling my cousin I'm on my way, and all that. I got my AirPods on, just you know, without a care in the world. And you know, fucking chaos is happening, right? You know, right behind me. Fucking the Avengers are like fighting, you know, Loki and all these other monsters, and I'm just seeing fucking cars flying all over the place. I'm okay, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy, and I'm like, yo, I gotta start being more aware of my goddamn surroundings. So that was just a big eye opener for me. Also, if my week hasn't gotten crazy enough, it was all over the news that there's a heat wave. You know what I'm saying? There's a heat wave all throughout, you know, the East Coast or whatever the case is. There's a whole heat wave. Shit is crazy. People are going to be, you know, hot as fuck and all that. So I'm like, oh nah, I'm prepared. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. The heat wave, I got this. Yo. The day, they said it was a Saturday, right? The fucking day. I'm recording on the Sunday, by the way. The day that it happened. This happened yesterday. The day, like, it said, yo, heat wave is on Saturday. I'm ready. I go home Friday night, right? I turn on my AC. My AC is working, but it's kind of working a little weird. You know what I'm saying? You know when you drive in a car and you drive your own car and you know how it's supposed to sound? That's how it was sounding. It was like sounding like little, like like if it could talk, it's like, yo, fam, I'm about to like go out. You know, like help me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, whatever. But it's working. So I woke up dead ass in the middle of the goddamn night, sweating my ass off, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? You're not shooting cold air? What's up? And I look, and nothing. It's just like fucking like just fucking air. That's it. Not even cold. That shit was just regular air, regular. Like it should have been just somebody just blowing, like, you know what I'm saying, just blowing in my face. That's it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, you cannot fucking break right now. So what I decided to do was let's take a cold rag, put it in my face, and go back to sleep. And my lazy ass didn't wake up until like the middle of the goddamn day to actually go figure this shit out. And apparently everybody and their moms took a vacation because all the hardware stores and everything are closed on a Saturday. And mind you, I decided to do all of this shit like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So they're all closed on a Saturday. And I'm like, yo, I need an AC like right now. Julio wasn't outside. The regular crackheads I could just give $50 to give me an AC wasn't outside. So I'm like, yo, what the hell? I literally had to drive my happy ass all the way to fucking upstate to get an AC at Walmart, because that's the only places that's open. You know what I'm saying? Because minimum wage, fuck it, we're gonna stay open. To Walmart to get a goddamn AC, and by the time I got there, they just sold out. So apparently everybody had the same idea to get an AC. So all of them were sold out. And then I'm like, okay, where other Walmarts have it? They can't tell me shit because they're incompetent as fuck. So I'm like, ah, shit. Now I gotta go fucking, you know, venture hunt. I went to 6. Yo, I went to 6 Walmarts, bro. 6. By the time I got to the third one, I wasn't even being nice anymore. Because at first I was like, hey, you guys have ACs available? No? Okay, cool, thanks. You know, by the third one, I'm like, yo, y'all got ACs or what? You know what I'm saying? I was like mad rude. And they're like, nah. And I'm like, oh, fuck yourself. And then I would just like leave. It got to the point where I would just like literally drive up and I would yell at the greeter. I'm like, yo, y'all got ACs? Nah? Alright. I would just like leave. The last one, they had like a whole gang of them. I'm like, oh my god. So I got the first one I saw and I was like, please let it work. And I just bought the shit, installed it, everything worked fine. I was good. But I did all that adventure just because I decided to be lazy. Like, fuck me, right? But anyways, moving on. Want to give you guys a little update on, you know, on things that I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, moving on. If you guys haven't heard, Harry Styles, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Henry, whatever. Henry Styles is in talks to be the lead actor for The Little Mermaid. The one that she's gonna fall in love with. And what did I tell ya? Oh my fucking god. What did I tell ya? I told you this shit was gonna happen. I said it. They were gonna make her fall in love with a white man, a white boy. You know, she's gonna be bedwinching it up. I told y'all. Oh my fucking god. I saw this thing. I said it on Twitter. I was like, I said it. I told y'all it was gonna happen. Everybody was going crazy. Oh, not my Ariel and stuff like that. But you guys gotta remember, we live in a system of white supremacy. They're not just gonna give us everything. You feel what I'm saying? They're not gonna give us everything that we want. They're not gonna make everything constructive. They always gotta bogart some little tacky bullshit in there. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it. I knew it. They're in talks, so I don't know if he's gonna get it, but you might never know. But I knew it. I knew it. They wasn't gonna give us some constructive thing. They wasn't gonna give us anything constructive about a fictional character. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't gonna do nothing like that. Nah, they had to like really fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? They really had to fuck it up. But I said it. I told y'all. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all. But it is what it is. Now moving on to Eric Garner. For those who don't know, I think was it the indictment or whatever was gonna happen. You know, later on last week or whatever. It was supposed to come down for the grand jury and stuff. And they decided not to charge Pantaleo for Eric Garner's death. Mind you, Pantaleo did an illegal chokehold on Eric Garner. You know what I'm saying? He performed an illegal chokehold on Eric Garner. Something that wasn't supposed to be done. Mind you, the NYPD made this chokehold illegal after they killed a Puerto Rican man back in the 80s or whatever the case is. You guys can look it up. But yeah, they decided not to indict him. And then when you find out the little fuckery on why they don't want to indict him, is because they said the statute of limitation has passed. I thought there was no statute of limitations on murder, but again, we live in the system of white supremacy where they can literally make up the rules as they go along. They can literally make up the rules as they go along. They could tell you one day, listen, the rules is this, and then they'll break it and say, listen, well, the rules is this for you guys. The rule ain't this for us. You feel what I'm saying? And that goes to show that we live in a system of white supremacy. They literally go around here and just start making shit up for no reason that makes no goddamn sense. The shit doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? They say that there's no statute of limitations for capital punishment, you know, murder, but yet they let one of them people go. They say that you can't perform something illegal. A chokehold is illegal, and then they perform the illegal chokehold. Oh well, you know, we can't punish him because he felt his life was at risk. You know what I'm saying? Then they say that he died due to Eric Garner, the coroner ruled it a homicide, but then they'll just go and say, well, no, he died because he was fat. You feel what I'm saying? So they just go all over the place and just protect these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Wow. And this is the issue I got with some of the street dudes out here. You know what I'm saying? We got fucking little gangs cutting little kids up like Junior and shit because we thought we were part of another gang, shooting each other up, robbing each other on gunpoint. But yet, somebody that killed one of our own is just walking around scot-free. Y'all don't got the balls to y'all do what y'all gotta do. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not calling out here for violence. I'm just saying the shit doesn't add up. You feel what I'm saying? The shit doesn't add up. Look in DR. They shot Big Papi, right? They shot the Dominican baseball player, you know, for the Red Sox. The dude that just drove the shooter, he got stomped out. Everybody in the community came around and stomped him out. How come we can't just protect our own? You know what I'm saying? Eric Garner shouldn't even have gotten touched. Everybody in the community should have just came around and we're protecting him. And by the way, for those who are gonna say, well, he was selling illegal cigarettes, that's false. That's not true. He wasn't out there. Witnesses, countless witnesses said that he wasn't out there selling anything that was illegal. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just going based on the narrative that white supremacists are telling y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So miss me with all that. But this goes to show that we live in a system of white supremacy, and they just go along with the program. They just start making shit up. They'll tell you what's illegal and what's not illegal as they go along. You feel what I'm saying? And we have to start standing up for shit like this. We have to start policing our own communities. We gotta start coming out here and actually start recording these bastards with a group of us and start protecting each other. 3 cops are surrounding some dude. Now, alright, there's 6 of us. What up? We're cameraing your face. He didn't do shit. Nope. That's how we gotta do it. Because these motherfuckers, truth be told, these motherfuckers are bitches. Let's keep it real. These motherfuckers are bitches. There's this video clip going around some dude in Texas. A white supremacist threw a bottle at this brother's car, and he beat the shit out of him. And guess what? He made the white supremacist start detailing and fixing, like, you know, cleaning his car up. And he recorded that shit. Shout out to him. That's how we gotta be. That's how we gotta be. You hurt one of us, we gotta hurt one of y'all back. You know what I'm saying? If justice isn't gonna be served, we have to perform street justice. That's how it happened back in the day. You feel what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm not out here calling for violence, so stop with the bullshit. I'm not out here calling to hurt cops and all that. Stop with the bullshit. I'm just saying we have to protect our own. That's all I'm saying. We gotta protect our own. And that's real fucked up that this piece of shit is walking around here, you know, all willy-nilly. My man got all type of fucking raises and shit like that, and Eric Garner is dead. We just lost somebody. You know what I'm saying? We just lost somebody, and no justice was practiced. There was no justice given. That's some crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That is some crazy ass shit. Let that happen to a white person. Shit. The book will be thrown faster than you can even say, you know, justice. You know what I'm saying? That shit will be used all types of ways. They'll start using laws that you even know was still part of the books. They'll start getting some 17th century type of, well, you know, in the 1700s, we put this in the books and it's part of the you know, Evil Witch Black Cat Act, and it says anything black or anything with melanin gets life in jail. You know what I'm saying? They'll start getting these little bullshit crazy ass laws that you even heard about, some lawyers didn't even know existed, to put you down. A white person gets hurt? Shit. The whole lynch mob is gonna come out. You feel what I'm saying? The whole lynch mob is gonna come out. Best believe if you hurt a white person, you better not be seen or get caught. You know what I'm saying? The whole lynch mob is gonna come out. Best believe that. Best believe that. But, you know, rest in peace, Eric Garner. My brother shouldn't have gotten, you know, killed like that by, you know, a senseless white supremacist and all that. You know what I'm saying? So rest in peace to my dude. Anyway, moving on to the Trump tweet that I want to talk about. So there's these 4 women, you know, Democratic women of color. You know, they're black and brown, but I just say black because when I say black, just for argument purposes, that, you know, that joins brown together, so I'm gonna just say black, you know. So 4 black women, right? Democrats, you know, they're very outspoken. They're called a squad, all right, but they're very outspoken against white supremacy, especially AOC. You know what I'm saying? She's really out here with that white supremacist talk, talking about we need to call these people out and all this other bullshit, right? So she's very outspoken. She's out here doing, you know, doing her thing, speaking her mind and all that. And a couple of, you know, Trump has an issue with that, because to a white supremacist, and yes, I believe Trump is a white supremacist because he has a history of practicing white supremacy. If you guys disagree with me and you could debate it all day. Alright? I got receipts. Anyway, to a white supremacist, anybody black that is challenging your ideologies, challenging your beliefs, challenging what you stand for, needs to be put in their place. And the fact that these 4 women aren't being put in their place and they're very outspoken, it goes to the ego of the white supremacists. It goes to their whole fabric of being, to the white supremacists. So to the white supremacists, nah, this doesn't stand. I can't stand for this shit. Y'all supposed to do as I say and say as I do. You feel what I'm saying? So these 4 women are very outspoken. So he went through a whole barrage of tweets and simply put, if you don't like America, because they always like to claim somebody who speak out against injustice, speak out against, you know, certain groups of people being vitriolic. When you speak out against white supremacy and you call it out and put it in their face, they start labeling you all type of shit. Radical, you know what I'm saying? Anti-American, you don't like the troops, all this other bullshit, right? So he goes on and says they don't like America, they're anti-American, you know, already shaping the narrative, you know what I'm saying? And go back to your country. So that basically started this whole barrage of people just coming out going like, yo, this is racist. A lot of other people are saying this is not racist. This is some, you know, factual shit. You know, shout out to him and all this other shit. To the point where on Twitter, they started a hashtag talking about, you know, Trump is racist and all that. You know, I think it was a racist in chief or whatever the case is, right? But then on the other side, they started another hashtag, I stand with Trump. And it was funny because when I was reading the I stand with Trump, they were just talking about, you know, white supremacist bullshit. Yeah, they gotta go back home and all this other bullshit, right? And I put this also on my Instagram. So I took a screenshot on my Twitter and put it on my Instagram. This is what I say. I say, yo, so suspected white supremacists are out here, started a I stand with Trump hashtag. Fam, how can y'all defend blatant racism? Go back to where you came from is only used to non-white people, so let's cut the BS. It's racist and we should not be confused about that. That's all I said, because it is. It's racist. Go back to where you came from. That's extremely racist. You feel what I'm saying? They don't say that to white people. They don't ever say that. Have you guys ever heard of somebody telling a white person go back to where you came from, unless that person that's being told go back to where the white person that's being told that white person said it first? You know what I'm saying? Nobody has ever said to another white person go back to where you came from unless they actually went out, you know what I'm saying, unless they actually enticed the conversation. But they don't say that to white people. And that goes, see, now this is where the ideology of white supremacy gets flipped upside down. It gets turned on its head, because the majority, because there's 4 of them, the majority of them, just 3 of them, were born in the United States. Only one of them, it's an immigrant who actually came here and is a U.S. citizen. Only one. So that kind of implies to her. But let's be completely honest. When white supremacists tell you, go back to where you came from, just like Trump did, he's not talking to just one. He's talking to all of them. Because United States, to white supremacists, it's supposed to be a white enclave. It's supposed to be a white haven. It's supposed to be a white saving place. That's what it's supposed to mean. When he said throughout his whole campaign, make America great again, those are code words. I've been telling you guys, white supremacists love code words. What he really means is make America white again. This is basically what it is. When he kept on saying his campaign speeches, I'm talking to the silent majority. Who's he talking to? White supremacists. Everybody in middle America with half a tooth missing, head lice, hooked on meth, fat from all cheese all over the place and shit, living with bed bugs in the trailer park. That's who he's talking to. That's who he's talking for. Let's not get this shit confused. Okay? Let's not get this shit confused. So that was completely a racist tweet. And it should be called out as such. And everybody that's defending him, trying to basically do word gymnastics and say that that's not racist, it's a suspected white supremacist, and you guys should call them out as such. That's the reason why I titled this episode the way I titled it. We don't need white confession, and that includes non-white people, and I'm gonna get to that. But we don't need them to confess anything. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds racist, it's probably racist. Okay? You guys don't know it, but the Klan even says we're not racist. They're the fucking Klan. The KKK themselves, they say we're not racist. If y'all don't believe me, here's a clip from Telemundo of a beautiful, beautiful Afro-Latina. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. And she's interviewing these people. And they themselves are saying that they're not. But I'm going to let y'all hear it yourselves. But I went out on a tangent. She's gorgeous, by the way. But you can hear it yourself. Here it goes.
Are you a hate group?
No.
How did you define yourself?
We define ourselves as a Christian
I don't hate
group.
anyone.
Yeah, I don't hate anyone.
I'm talking to you. I'm not.
Yes, but the message that you spread when you are out on your rallies is a speech of hate.
No.
No,
We're
we
not
don't call
calling
them
people
names. We tell the Bible what the Bible says. Yahweh, Yahshua the Christ, says I am not allowed to break bread with you or anybody here.
The Bible says that we were all born equal.
Leviticus 19:18 is what you're saying. Love thy neighbor.
Right.
So you're taught this. I'm telling you, Leviticus 19:18, love thy neighbor. It says, love thy neighbor of thy people. My people are white. Your people are black. I'm what I am. You're what you are.
Are you racist?
No. I think everybody deserves the right to live.
You see that? You see that? Of my people. Thou shalt not break bread with y'all little monkeys motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's what they believe. Mind you, these motherfuckers are living in the woods. You know what I mean? With ticks, ants, old bed bugs and all that other shit. And they have these ideologies. You heard them. No, I'm not racist. We're a Christian group. Listen, the KKK is a Christian group. You hear that bullshit? How much? You know how much of a fucking double standard is that? We're a Christian group. You heard them. We're not racist. We're a Christian group. Oh, yeehaw! That's what I'm talking about. We break bread with our people. White. You're blacking all of that. You know what I'm saying? You heard them. You heard that shit. You're black. And by the way, she's a Latina. Guess what? Them white people put her in her place. If I find the whole clip, they tell her straight up, listen, you're a mongrel to us. You're a mongrel, meaning you're mixed with white, but you're not white enough. You know what I'm saying? For all you Latinos out there that have 70-something% white, 60-something% white in y'all DNA and shit. Everything else is non-white, but y'all think, you know, y'all white and shit. This is what white people really think about y'all. You know what I'm saying? You could pass, key word, but whatever. That's for another episode. But anyway, that's what he was talking about. That's what, you know, the KKK themselves say. Listen, we're not racist. You know what I'm saying? So just because people are out here doing word gymnastics, saying that this is not what it is, and trying to confuse you, that's what white supremacy is. Confusion. So this is where we're going into the topic now. This is where we're going into the topic now. We don't need white confession. Now, what do I mean by that? The same thing that I was talking about earlier. We don't need white people to confess that they're racist. We don't need white people to confess what is white supremacy or not. We're victims of white supremacy. We don't need someone to confirm something is bad. They're the ones who made it. They're the ones who made the concept of race. They're the ones who made the concept of white supremacy. They made this bullshit concept what race is and made imaginary ideology out of it. Give you guys a history lesson. I said this shit before, I'm gonna say it again. Blumenbach, right? He's the one that made the whole, coined the term of white men, their ideologies and where their history and where they came from. He got it from another guy, I forgot his name, but he's the one that basically ran off with it, Blumenbach. He would study skulls, right? Human skull bones, and said that the whiteness of the skulls must be their purity and must be the way humans should be, white, right? Now, he would study skull bones, so he would study the bones of black people and white people, and he said there's a deficiency of color in black people, because if the bones are white on both people, only one is white and the other one is black, there should be a deficiency. That means they're not producing whiteness, which hit all his ideologies and bullshit got debunked years later. But mind you, just because of that, it birthed the ideology of white supremacy. But here we goes. You guys can look all of this up. Blumenbach, all right? So he looked at the skull of a white person, and he made the connection from the skull of that white person to the Caucasus Mountains. And he said, because that mountain is beautiful, and the crest of the skull represents the shape of that mountain, that must mean that that's where white people came from. The Caucasus Mountains. That's when he gave the scientific name to white people, Caucasian. You guys got that? Caucasus Mountains, Caucasian. That's how he came about the term. So then with that one, you know, with that one ideology, which is complete bullshit, birthed this whole systematic oppression, this whole systematic system of captivity, this whole systematic way of being, of just thinking that one type of people, just because of their color, are superior than other groups of people. Regardless of the fact that black folks circumnavigated the globe first than Europeans, regardless of the fact that in Europe it was called the Dark Ages because they will be getting diseases and not knowing how to do basic things like bathe and, you know, keep animals of burden away from their houses. They will be like living amongst themselves and type of shit. So, you know, some real crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is where all of this came from, you know what I'm saying? And that's when, you know, white supremacy started to evolve little by little. But that's where it basically started. And then from there, it just, you know, took off. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got people out here who be saying some racist ass shit. And they confuse you by saying, I can't be racist. I'm 1/8 Native American. That doesn't mean anything. In the system of white supremacy, you're classified as white. Jewish people like to do that a lot. This is no Jewish slander. I'm just saying, Jewish people here are classified as white. Jewish is a religion, not a race. Let's keep it 100. I could turn Jewish right now just by saying, hey, I'm Jewish. Put a little yarmulke on, I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Jew is not a race. It's a religion. Okay? That's one thing. That's a way to confuse us. So when they do little racist shit like that Clippers owner who say he's Jewish, right? But yet you heard some of the vitriolic shit he said about black folks. You already know what his ideology stood for. You already know what his ideology is. You feel what I'm saying? Now, you have some white folks out here who go to these jury pools and they don't acquit the race soldier who harmed us. They don't acquit them. And mind you, most of these white folks are right in the picket line with Black Lives Matter on Twitter, having all these hashtags, knowing everything, all the little sayings and all the talking points, but yet when they get the opportunity to actually serve justice, they fall short on the sidelines. That's white supremacy. We have to understand that. All white people, no matter who they are, where they were raised, where they come from, all white people have the ability to be a white supremacist. That's a fact. All white people have the ability to be a white supremacist. It's up to them to practice it or not. And it's up to us to be very astute and wary about these type of individuals around us. We shouldn't just be walking around side by side thinking everything is all good. You feel what I'm saying? Because quickly they will let us know exactly who they stand for, where they stand at, and what the ideology is. You know what I'm saying? I used to work back in the years ago. I used to work with this white cat. I think I said this story before. He was super liberal, super liberal, super cool. I smoke weed, I voted for Obama and all this other bullshit, right? Then, and I will always, talk to him here and there and stuff. And mind you, whenever I will be around, Latin people, black people, we will always be kicking it. He would be right there. He would say his little corny shit, blah, blah, blah. But, certain people will stay away from him. We're like, listen, this motherfucker is white. You could tell, the fakeness, oh, this dude is trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? But to me, he never bothered me. I really don't care, But I always check them on shit. Yo, don't say that. Chill out. Yo, that's not true. Relax. You know what I'm saying? I always check them on little shit. And he will always do that right next to me. He will always say like little side white supremacist bullshit right next to me. You know what I'm saying? Until one day, we were just talking just to talk. I was like on my phone, like not even caring. I was just talking and stuff. And the conversation went from something that is a hypothetical, right? And he went into how I would respond in that hypothetical situation. And he used the N-word right in front of me. And he said it so nonchalant and so casual that I actually had to just stopped what I was doing on my phone because that's the first thing I heard. And I said, should I really check him right now? Or should I just ignore it? And I said, nah, I'm gonna check him. Because this is his way of seeing and testing me if I'm gonna check him. Because that's what white supremacists do. They say little racist jokes. They say little things here and there. They say the N-word right in front of you to see if you accept them. Because if that's what you accept, then guess what? You'll start accepting all other type of shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other type of shit, some anti-black bullshit that you be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then you become, oh, I have a black friend. Oh, I can't be racist. I have so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that right in front of me, I put my phone down. I waited a couple of seconds and said, hey, bro, did you just use the N-word right in front of me? Yeah, well, bro, I only use it. That's something you would say. Bro, did you just use the N-word right in front of me? Yeah, I just said that what you would. Dude, did you just use the N-word right in front of me? That's all I kept on saying. And he would try to, white-splain it away. And then I knew we was going to get into a very hostile, type of, environment, because it's very quick for him to just, say, hey, I'm a white victim. You know what I'm saying? So I flipped it to like, bro, I thought you were an ally. What's up? What happened? And I just left it that way. And I said, don't ever use that word next to me. Try to never use that word next to me. And we just left it that way. And I pretended it never happened. But guess what? He has the ability to be a white supremacist. And I believe he is a white supremacist by the fact that he did what he did. You feel what I'm saying? So those type of situations with those type of people, you gotta side-eye them. You know what I mean? We do not need these people to confess what party they're on. They'll let you know. You gotta learn how to maneuver through the trickery. That's what it is. You gotta learn how to maneuver through the trickery. When somebody says, no, I'm not so-and-so, I'm not this, I'm not that, look at their actions. Oh, wait a minute. You say you're not this and you're not that. But, homie, you're writing the N-word with a strong ER on YouTube. Homie, you're listening to, Milo. You're listening to all these other white supremacists, Mike Chernovich and all these other people. What are you talking about? Nah, I just like the ideology, bro. And that's when you go into question. Okay, what is their ideology that appeals to you? You know what I'm saying? Just go into question. We do not need them to confess. Very simple. Trump is a white supremacist, hands down. When you say those type of things, when I say those type of things to Trump supporters, oh my God, he's not a white well, prove it. You know what I'm saying? Prove it. And then they'll start going into, well, he freed 2 black women out of jail. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. That does not mean a goddamn thing. Slave masters used to stop some slaves from getting whipped. They're still slaves. He's still a slave master. That don't mean shit. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Okay, he freed 2 black women. Okay, how about he frees and changed laws into stop incarcerating black people and Latin people in an alarming rate? He hasn't done that. 2 black women free. All right, cool. Congratulations. That ain't shit. That doesn't move the needle whatsoever. You feel what I'm saying? That doesn't move the goddamn needle whatsoever. He's a white supremacist. No, he's not. What he does, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when you start going into all his history of white supremacy. And the fact that his father was actually a Klans member. Believe it or not, go look that up. Was it his father, I think, or his grandfather or something like that. But yeah, go look that up. You feel what I'm saying? So he used to read Mein Kampf, you know, every night going to bed. That's what his wife said. Yeah, he's a white supremacist. He's a white supremacist. By the fact that he said like all Latin people are rapists, murderers, gang members, MS-13, and all this other bullshit. He's a white supremacist. We don't need him to confess. We do not need them to confess. We see who they are, and that's it. And we'll just leave it the way it is. You feel what I'm saying? We can't be stupid out here. That's what I'm telling you, my people. We cannot be stupid out here thinking life is all good and we're just chilling and all that. And you got white supremacists literally blowing your goddamn brains out because, oh shit, I felt scared. You know what I'm saying? We gotta call these people out. And some of our own people are white supremacist cheerleaders. Some of our own people are out here, you know, marrying white supremacists, saying that no, just because he's part of the Proud Boys, that's not a hate group. You know what I'm saying? Some of our own people wearing MAGA hats and saying Trump is the best. Some Latin people, Latinos for Trump. What? You guys are white supremacist cheerleaders. Whenever I see a Latin person or a black person practicing white supremacy or being white supremacist cheerleaders, they're no longer what they call themselves. They're no longer that ethnic or racial group. They're white. That's it. They're there. We got a lot of Latin coons out here claiming white. You're not Latino after that. In my eyes, you're not Latino. You're whatever you identify yourself as white here, and that's it. Just go away. Because what these type of people do, they go against our interests. They go against our interest of ideology, what we're trying to do. These type of people are the type of people that make Latin people look certain type of way globally. These are the type of people that make Latin people look bad globally. So when you got certain Latin white supremacists out here being white supremacist cheerleaders, these white supremacists think, oh shit, the Mexican Nazis? Oh, okay, let me take my anti-black racism down to Mexico and see what's up. Not all Mexicans think like that. You're gonna see some. You're gonna catch some real hardcore Mexicans who are not on that white anti-black shit. I'm telling you right now. Guess what? I'm proof. You feel what I'm saying? I'm proof of that. But that's about it, my people. I hope you guys like what you heard. If you guys want to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at the same name, radical_Latino_, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.